you all for coming. I really appreciate you joining us here in our Libertarian headquarters in Pima County. It's wonderful to see so many faces out, and also to meet new people and to be introduced to some of the activists that really gave us the foundation that we have today. I may have met you just for the first time today. Should I just keep it here? We're trying to always improve our live stream. And so we're looking forward to the people who will join us later, or we're live streaming right now. So if you can quietly want to text people and say, hey, check us out at pmalp.org at YouTube, that would be another great thing to have people join us this evening. But as I was saying, I might have met some of you gentlemen just this evening, but I recognize that I have a place to stand in this community because of a lot of the foundational work that you gentlemen have done, and I just want to express my gratitude to you. Thank you so much. My name is Drew Heaton, and I am the current chairman for the Libertarian Party here in Pima County. I'm quickly going to make just some introductions, so raise your hand. Our first vice chair is Peter Norquist, recently returned from Taiwan. Still battling a little bit of the jet lag, but I think you're mostly over it, right? Good. Millie Ryan, our second vice chair. Pendleton Spicer, who is our secretary treasurer. And for those of you who are first in our headquarters, even if you're libertarian, I would really appreciate for you to grab one of our welcome packets. There's great information in there, even if you already know what it means to be a libertarian. You can definitely share this information with someone. So what you will find in there are our issue cards. We have the world's smallest quiz. We have donation cards. We have 3 articles that I personally wrote, and I'm always interested in people learning about. One specifically over the COVID issue, the blind and the border, which I promise I will do a sequel to, and another libertarian response to the Texas heartbeat bill about abortion. After having so many of my Republican friends tell me that they would be libertarian if it wasn't for the issue of abortion, I said the reason why I'm in the Libertarian Party is because I'm pro-life. So I look forward to anyone actually reading my article to understand how I can say that and how I've arrived at that position, that this is the best place to be politically. One of the things that you'll notice in here also are information about becoming a national party member. You may not be aware, but other people such as Ron Paul, who has ran as a Republican, is a member of the National Libertarian Party, because at the end of the day, what it is that we are pledging is that I certify that I oppose the initiation of force to achieve political or social goals. And so we welcome you to be a part of that movement, no matter how you're registered. Acting libertarian is by far the more important thing to do. So with that, we're going to move on to the Why I'm a Libertarian spotlight, which I have Michael Miller. So as I'm reading this, come on up. If you asked 100 libertarians why they're in the party, you're likely to get 100 different answers. If there's anyone that can stand up and say, I disagree with you, but I can live peaceably with you, it's a libertarian. So with that, Michael, thank you for coming to share your thoughts. Just hold that. I can take this out, right? So that our people in YouTube land can hear what you have to say too.
Okay. Well, I decided that the best way to answer that question was to write down my own answer, so that I can make sure that I'm addressing the points that I believe are important, and that it shows how a person kind of evolves towards becoming a libertarian. like many of us, many people grew up with the influence of, well, the Democrats are best, and maybe a little socialism is good. Oh, during an emergency, let's go Republican. And then people would go back and forth. And some people would go all Democrat, some people go all Republican, and other people would go back and forth depending on the situation, the issue. And I grew up in that kind of household, and like many people, I believe that the examples of Great Britain and Scandinavia had good examples of socialism that worked. And Russia and the Soviet Union was kind of it was a corrupt system of socialism. And when you discuss this with people that are just beginning in school, they have no idea what socialism is. They have no idea what capitalism is. They've just lived with their family doing what they do. But they're being aligned with a particular group who's teaching it. When I was growing up, we had so many examples of abuse of power and stupidity, stupid government, and people would go like $1,000 for a toilet seat. Oh, that's stupid, and then nobody would fix it. Nobody would fix it. They would let them keep doing it. I just saw a thing yesterday where a guy in Congress was holding a bag of bolts, and he says $6,000 for this Ziploc bag of bolts because the government bought it. If you went to the store and bought it, you wouldn't have paid $6,000 for a Ziploc bag of bolts, but the government did. So this kind of stupidity crept into my life as I recognized it more and more and more. And I understood from many points of view that the system was too complicated. And because it was too complicated, even a good politician had trouble getting any improvements made. He had trouble holding back the stupidity, had trouble holding back the abuse of power. Even if they were a terrific person, the system was the core problem. Well, both built the system. Neither one tore anything down. So I was at the U of A campus once, and there were people who were registering new voters, voter registration drive, and they were Libertarian Party, and I had never even heard of them before. And so I registered to vote, and I went independent, and they gave me information about what the Libertarian Party was about, what the direction the Libertarian Party wanted everything to go. And immediately saw that I liked it, but it was very difficult because the Democrats, Republicans have built the system that was too complex, too large, too unwieldy, and it was going to be very hard for libertarians to win against that monster. It's like a mouse fighting a bison. The bison would just stomp on the mouse. And we've actually seen times when the government, for whatever reason, decides to stomp as an example. So everybody will go, ugh. They want us afraid. But I found that there were so many good things in the Libertarian Party, it was worth it to me. It doesn't mean that I can get 100,000 people to change their vote. What it means is my vote belongs to me. I am never, ever going to vote for the lesser of two evils. I don't even care if it's the lesser of four evils. Never vote for evil. Now, if you never vote for evil, what's left? You got to find the best candidate with the best point of view that represents you. And you only have one vote. So vote your vote. Make your vote count for you. And that made me dig deeper into the libertarians. Libertarians say things like less government. Well, I look at that as less abuse of power and stupidity. Libertarians say less taxes, maybe zero. And I look at that as more people have more spending money. They can do what they want with their money. They can put more donations to charities. If you have to give 30 or 40% of your income to the government, the charities lost that. Even if you were going to give it away, you have to give it away to the government. Less war. You know, the Vietnam War, to me, was the key point in warfare. We were the biggest in the world. Even the Russians were afraid of us, and we didn't win in Vietnam. We couldn't figure out how to win. So we just left. Less war means less bloody conflicts, less confrontations, and we don't have to spend the money on warfare. Does it mean that we don't protect ourselves? No. But war itself is a problem. I recently decided that one big problem with war is that it allows revenge against the people who didn't even do what you're fighting against. It allows you to bomb 10,000 people because you might kill the one that you want to kill. That's war. I'm not for war. If you want to kill one person, kill the one person, then explain it and justify it. But not 10,000 for one. That's stupid. More free will. Remember I was talking about the 30 or 40% taxes? Well, if you had that money and you decided to give it away, it's your decision. That's free will. You could give it to the national parks. You could give it to the cancer advocates that are trying to protect people. You could give it to